Good day, everybody. Welcome to Thursday. This is Delenn, and we are hanging out in the modded server. Very last minute change of plans because I did not realize that this server was not going to reboot on me and get me kicked off. So I have been sort of AFK-ish since yesterday, like quite literally, maybe an hour after we quit stream yesterday. So there's a cool sign that says, "Hey, Dell came to visit, but you were sleeping." But I have no idea who that was. It's a good thing I'm not dead yet, because I somehow thought I was going to have like a skeleton or something pop up and take me out. And the building, as you can see, continues to fall apart. I'm kind of letting it, but really it's going to look really stupid at some point because these holes are all due to the silverfish. And I have a hate on for those little so-and-sos, but you know, sometimes you just gotta deal with what you got. Because they kill me quite regularly, quite easily. What is this? Why is there a something very sorted? Interesting. Don't know who or what sent that, and I appreciate it very much. Whoever it was that dropped this off, thank you so much. I've got an idea I want to try today as well. Let's see what's in here. Okay, good, that's empty. What's in here? Nothing. That's good. There's nothing in there. Okay, that's just doing its deal with all the gravel in the world. So we're gonna get a ton of whatever this is, which is fine by me. I'm gonna leave that there just because. Why? I don't know. I haven't figured it out yet. Alright.
Welcome.
Hey, Mama Bear, good to see you. Good to see you. I did that stupid one more thing deal last night where I was on the couch watching a show with Fantastic Sherlock Fox. He went upstairs. I said, I'll be up there in just a minute. And I wanted to finish up the one more thing I was on because it was actually making a to-do list of how to tackle a project, not really a project, a task around the house for cleaning up after camp, and it was a breakdown of all the bits and pieces involved in that and a guesstimate of how long it's going to take sort of deal, which was depressingly long. But anyways, I was going to deal with that, and in the process of doing so, I fell asleep. So yeah, it was like, I don't know, 6:45, I think, this morning when I crawled into bed proper. Got off the couch. So yeah, it was interesting. Alright, so part of my idea is these things. Stone and cobble generators. I want to know how hard it is to make them. Stone and cobble. There it is. This thing. What's this? Is that just... Please tell me it's just glass. Looks like it. It's just glass. Okay, and this is compressed cobblestone. So these are easy to make, which makes me think. Not that it's not what I want. Actually, that's the hard part. I only need one of those. I wanted this thing, iron auto hammer. So how hard is that to make? Because I've noticed that whatever goes in one side, you can smash it up, just like you would with the hammer, right? Auto... hammer. Ooh, you can make different tiers. Nice. Okay, so if we go... I might be able to get as high as diamond, depending on how complex that is, but let's see what we've got. Okay, so it acts like it's got an iron hammer in the middle. So I can make another one of those. What happens to make it gold? You take the previous one, you upgrade. Okay, so it's an upgradable system. We have to make a diamond hammer to do that, which is... Okay, so we may not make one right away, but the point I'm trying to get at... I have a funny feeling the next one's faster? Maybe? I don't know. Anyways, the point I'm trying to get at is, if I make a few of these... Okay. And a few of these setups here, the thing on the bottom... Which I'm surprised that's still working. Somebody must have come and wound that up for me. And I could actually have an auto hammer that spits out to, let's say, hypothetically, let's say a chest, maybe? And then that, or a hopper, and that hopper spits into the sluice. And then from there, if the chest is full, or not an if, when, I guess, maybe, if it spits out fast enough, maybe that's the idea, then we could probably have the contents of one spit into the content into another one, which smashes up. And so the only thing we need to do is skip the dirt one, because I don't want to sluice dirt. It's useless, basically. I'll show you really quickly here. We've got... I should use this thing. It gets me there quicker. And U for uses. There we go. So this system. That's not what I want. I want dirt. It's easier to get that way. Dirt. Okay. U. And then we... Come on. Show you guys something. There we go. U for uses there. Sluicing dirt. We get trees, which we kind of don't need. That's out of the iron mesh. The only one that's exciting out of that is the mineral sapling. But I mean, once you've got one, you're kind of good to go. And then you get seeds, which we've got every one of these types, so I'm not too bothered right now. And that's it. That's all there is. There's no second page. So we don't need dirt. So I can skip the dirt one, but under the hammer, the dirt becomes sand, which sand is useful, right, in the sluicing concept. We can get a bunch of resources out of it, right, on a gold mesh, so we can get all of these resources. And I don't think we're really missing much, but yeah, we're not really missing much, right? But also, sand will get us dust, and dust is useful as well for a bunch of different pieces, right? We've got gunpowder, and we can get redstone. Not sure why I have a ton of nitrate, but I do. I'm not really sure what I'm going to use that for. But all that to say that, so we get a lot of useful pieces. So if I can get the dirt levels skipped, then I can use the generator we have to smash all the way along, right? So yeah, I don't know. I'm going to take this one out, actually. What I don't know is if I can put it on top of a hopper itself. That's kind of key to this whole thing. See if it will do anything. Just gonna throw the hopper here for now. Oh! Let's throw a chest down rather randomly. Do this corner, why not? Just for now. I'll put that in there. Okay, and I'm gonna put the hammer thing on top. I don't think it's gonna work, so I'm not expecting much here. Come on. Let's do it this way. There we go. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna work. Let me just throw something at it and see what it does. Do this one. And we'll grab a little bit of cobble and just see what we get out of it. Nope, absolutely squat. Like, it'll smash it, but then it stays in its own internals. So that's not great, because I wanted to be able to try and force it downwards. I've tried already putting it down in different directions, and it always ends up correct side up. The only thing I can do is change it like back to front, really, but not well. Who makes this? FTB stuff and things. We've got hammers and things like that. The crook. Oh, we have the. Oh, we've got those stupid worms. Okay. Think. Maybe it's for leaves. Anyway, not the point. We can upgrade these, which make them more cobble per second. Let me see the one pump though. But if we upgrade the sluice thing itself to diamond, I can pump water into it in a more effective way. Ah, I don't want to do that. Need that. Okay, so yeah, but that's my plan, is to try doing those sorts of things, and we'll see if that's any good. Which means we need at least iron level sluice. We can pump items into it, but we can't pump fluids into it. But if we manage to get enough eventually that we can pump fluids and items, then we don't have to worry about any of the other silliness. So it's not necessarily progress that we're pushing through, we're trying something, I guess. But because if I don't have it as in diamond, then I can't pump in fluids, which means we're going to need to make a whole bunch of those, the pumps. So let's mark the pump. I guess I'm going to have to mark the iron sluice. And I'm going to mark one of these auto hammers. I think that's the best we've got. And then we can look at eventually upgrading to the diamond cobble generator. But I don't have the system to do so, because we've got the stone one. The iron one looks like it's possibly doable, so we can probably get the iron one. Yeah, gold's not doable. This is the... Oh, so I can get gold. That's not a problem. Okay, so it's just the diamond we can't do because we don't have the Ender IO alloy smelting going, nor the Orotech alloying. So we'll get there eventually. But we could get ourselves a cobble generator with 4 cobble per second. And that actually might be what we need. I think. Especially if I purposely change the auto hammer a little bit. I'm gonna need a bunch of these and then upgrade as many as I can. Let's see, to get to the next one. Yeah, we can do that. It's a pain. So they're doable, but it's a pain. They're all expensive. That's fine. What I was thinking of now, as in sort of round 2, is if I can't get it to go down like this, then I need to just shift it so that the hopper and the chest end up below an output box. This is an input, but I mean, you get the idea. But then have the system work fast enough in the overall inflow that we're going to end up with one hammer being able to give us gravel, but it hopefully will give us more gravel than the sluice can handle. So it'll back up, and then that will be able to flow over as the input for the next hammer. And if we do it as... I'm not sure if I can force compress it. That would be nice. Is there a compactor? I could do it into a compacting drawer, maybe, but I don't know if that would actually do the trick. Not sure I really want to. That makes weird things happen in terms of like numbers of things going in different places. Yeah, it does not look like that's a great idea. I could have it go into a compacting drawer, but then I'm not sure that the correct thing would come out. So that could be all sorts of problems. Yeah, I'm gonna skip that part of it. I think it's probably just a little more dangerous than it's worth. Okay. How am I gonna do this? Of course, we're gonna need more hoppers and more chests, right? That's the way it goes. Okay, so this smasher can work. Where it is. I think. There. And then this one here has to come out. Can I do this? Yes, I can. Maybe. Nope, I cannot. It has to be on top. Alright, well, good to know. Guess we start with... Excuse me. Guess we start with the chest here. That end up giving us... Oh, I can't even look inside. Ha 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 ha. Stupid. Yeah, well, it does the trick, so that's fine. That in there. And there's a barrel. Another barrel. I do not. Not that kind of barrel. Gonna pick a classic Minecraft barrel. I need some slabs. Being a little focused, but I do have my chat on my screen, so if anybody has anything they want to say, go for it. I just, at the moment I'm not paying a whole ton of attention because there's nothing going on. But if there ever is something going on, you know, I'm here. That one. I might need more barrels. We'll see how that goes. Pull this one out. Actually get into it. Okay, so far so good. That's okay. I probably will only go about another 15 minutes or so. Part of the reason I even showed up here at all was because I turned on the computer this morning since I had accidentally shut off my remote streamer ability last night. And, surprise. Oh. Why are you not? Go? Weird. It's full. Alright. Sure, for now. Where did I put the upgrades? There's one. Yeah, that'll work. I don't need it in there, but we'll sort that later. But to stop the system, because I want to cut part of this apart. I really don't want all this chaos coming out all over the place. Okay, so then we need another one of these and this. Come out. Oh, actually no, wait a minute. This will be the gravel, which could go here or it could go into another cutter there. I know I'm aware that I'm screwing up the access to the back. Makes me wonder if I should shove this whole mess over. Hmm. I can stand on. Feet downwards. Why not? Okay. There we go. Ah, whoops. Yeah. Okay, we got it back. Do it this one. Should make everything stop. And I just throw some of this stuff up here. Okay, that does work. Excellent. The same plan, just higher. Higher and higher. Take these. That one. I have to slowly put them away, but we'll get there. Right? Alright. And these. I can get out of the way. No. 1, 2, 3, and 4. That allows me to take off the second chest. And eventually I'll be able to take off the first one, but not at the moment. Okay, so this will move. It's all very complicated. I do need a chest in between, unfortunately, for the plan to work the way I want. Let's go here. Which means the smasher can go here. And our very first one. Does that have to be sideways? Oh! Oh! Okay. It's very directional. That stinks. When you look at the quest book, and it talks about the hammer, is pull and push to storage on its sides. It doesn't say all sides, it just says on its side. So I kind of wished it was all the way around, but it's not. Alright. What is this? FTB stuff? Do I have... This is... Look, it's Aurotech. So I do have to... Wonderful. I have to worry about directionality. Great. Start this mess here. That means the barrel can go here, take those two out. And it's all to get this stuff. Chaos. Okay. It's empty. We're doing better on those. Okay, so I don't want to start filling it, so that's why I'm hanging on to this cobblestone generator. I put some stuff in the backpack. Get that out of the way. That out of the way. I think that's it. So then, in theory, here, where this next one is, and I don't want to make a mess out of it, is where we're going to put another one of these hammers. So let's try and see if we can make one. Or at least see what's involved, right? So we need our iron hammer. Risky as that is, but that's okay. 2, 2 redstone, 2 glass. Okay, so we can do this. Hope it doesn't need a new new hammer, because that's a bit of a pain, but that's okay. We've got this, that. That's like even numbers. And redstone and glass. Do we have glass? We have glass. We have half it for now. So, let's see if it'll let us make the hammer with the thing. Yes, it will. It'll steal our hammer. Okay. Got a diamond one as a freebie, which is why I'm not stressing too much. So, theoretically, if that's full, it should hopefully start pulling some in here. Which would make dirt. We don't want to do anything with. Oh, I could have showed everything over. Darn it! We'll end up with a dirt box, just becomes something else before it becomes what I really want. So this will be the dirt box, which means we need another hammer. Now I need sticks. Hammer. That for for speed. Excuse me, I'm sorry guys. I shouldn't be doing that on camera. Okay, so I need this. That one. Now we have the hammer to make the next one of these. Right. Output to a chest, which can have a hopper below. To get this right, we've got cobblestone getting smashed to gravel, which can slew us, which goes to dirt, I believe, which becomes smashed here to sand. We do want that slew us, so it can come down here and there. But then this thing can also become dust, so we need another. Eesh, it's gonna stick out weird on this end. I think I'm gonna shove the whole thing one block to the left. It's gonna mess with the flooring a little bit, but the reason for that is then I can use the chests as corner wraparounds. Either to the left or to the right, but then it's a corner wraparound. If we go to the right, this will stick out. So then this one will be able to have it'll come out one more block forward. Then it has the smasher here, and then that becomes dust, which gets slowest here. Yeah, so that's going to be the other way around. Confusing as that sounds, there's a method to this madness if it works. If it doesn't, I'll have a whole bunch of spare toys. Part of the reason I enjoy modded so much, yeah, the long story short is, oh, thank you, Mama Bear. Part of the reason I enjoy it so much is because, I hate traditional redstone. So I like that modded has some extra things you can play with, but I really don't like traditional redstone. I think it's like, it makes sense if you think about it quite literally as a wire, but this bizarre redstone magic and objects that aren't really sort of wire things, they have signals and stuff coming out of them, and you can use them for various different things, and that part just hurts my brain. And that sounds dumb, but I mean, the whole magic box concept, if you're gonna be doing weird stuff, you might as well just continue on doing weird stuff. Like this is a blue magma block that supposedly is hotter than a red one, which changes our jar so we can actually melt weird things in our jar without it going cracked and kablooey. I don't know why that works, but sure. This one is just because they can. It's that level of dumb. The other thing we can do potentially is either move this setup or recreate another version of this setup and slap it somewhere in here so it just, maybe on this corner, it just fills the box right off the bat. Now, based on the way the storage is going, it's kind of wrapping around. I think maybe I should put a lava thing on this right-hand side, because we're going to end up all kinds of materials going around the left that can basically get hoppered into from these puppies. So, yeah. Anyway, the point being, on that one, you know, like, automating things is fun, but it's also fun to have boxes that do stuff like this. Like, I think this is just neat. Why it does what it does, I don't know, and frankly don't particularly care. You know? The other advantage to doing it this way with a weird chain system is these different meshes. Different meshes sometimes get you better rates for things, but there's occasionally situations where you change the mesh and you change the content of what you get from the same block. And by doing that... Oh, I guess I have to move the sign. Darn it. By doing that, then... we have the opportunity to say, okay, here's the block coming down. What do we want out of it today? I put down the mesh that we need. The other thing I want to play with at some point is they call it drawer. This is a drawer controller or storage controller. They have storage access points that, as long as it's linked to here, you can put it somewhere else and it'll act like one of these controller thingies. And I was wondering whether or not I could put one out here, potentially, and see if I can, like, use a pipe to pipe items from here straight into the access point thing, and then have that end up in the system by just...
Oh, hey Dev3535, thanks for hitting that follow button.
Thank you very much for the new follow. I appreciate it. So, yeah. None of this makes a whole ton of sense, but I like the weirdness of it all. And, truth be told, at some point we're going to want a piping system of some kind or other to get items from the end, like the finished chests, into the system. So there's going to be some chaos about that. And I was realizing that as this place falls apart, with the stupid fish, not fish, like the silverfish, as this place slowly falls apart due to the silverfish, two things are going to happen. One, this tower is going to be a problem. We're going to water all over the place. And I hope it doesn't wash out things, but it might. Second problem we're going to have... Good to see you, Dev3535. There you go. If you don't mind, I'm going to call you Dev. I apologize, but that just works better for me. But I'm also realizing as the silverfish eat this place and it comes apart, then we're going to have situations where the place is just made out of walls of drawers and controllers and all that jazz. It's got its pros and cons, but it'll be sort of like a reverse version of the look we have now. So yeah, it's not too bad. Cool. Is it a vanilla gold farm? So I'm really quite curious. I'm not very good at gold farms. The concepts I understand are okay. Like, I mean, for nether gold farms in Java, but I'm not particularly versed in much of anything else, to be perfectly frank. I'm terrible with a lot of it. That's part of why I like the magic box stuff, because then I can say, oh, well, it's the magic box's fault. It's not really my fault. There we go. Bedrock gold farm overworld with portal. Oh! So basically the same sort of thing, but because of the portaling system. Huh. Never thought about that. That makes sense. Because then you can get the similar effect to having a roof, even though you're not really on a roof. I never thought about that. Okay. How are we doing on content? I was just about to say, why before you stop, but I realized, yes, well, because I don't have... Let's start this one up for now. Because first off, this pump will ignore the fact that the iron sluice doesn't actually let you pump fluids into it. And the second reason I'm using that one right now is I don't have everything updated to diamond. So yeah, I can't exactly pump fluids into it anyways. Hey, I forgot about that. Dumb, my dumb. If you get it beyond, it only runs officially for 5 minutes, although that clearly is very long unless somebody else spun it up for me. But if you try to run it, overwind it, they get you. Oh. I see. Kind of hard to explain. I'll see if I can show it in here a little clearer. So the lunch basket has a little icon on it that both shows you how full it is. It's also a tiny picture of what you're currently set to eat in the lunch basket. So if I disable its feeding ability and I right click it, I can choose which item it's going to offer me next. Now, while I would like to have it offer me the ones that I haven't eaten yet, I really want to get these dumb mushroom stews out of the way, so I'm okay with that. Okay, where are we here? I said to the left, right? Oh, left, right. There you go. I wish I had Silk Touch, because I really like this blue glass. And an, oh, duh. Sorry. I said a facepalm moment. This is... What are you? Yeah, you're a lapis, okay. So, if I do this, we go U for uses, can I? You. Yay! Okay, good stuff. Good stuff. Because then I can use this in a more traditional format. I think. Maybe. The heck? Okay. Sure. I didn't know I could do that. You can make lapis lazuli, all sorts of stuff. Alrighty. Things I never knew. Okay, anyway. What I was trying to do. Aha, there we go. This is one I want to do. So there's a blue dye. If I click that, where do I get it from? I can still get it from lapis. Perfect. So I can get light blue dye from lapis and bone meal still, which is nice. And then I can actually fix all these stupid windows. Yay! I like that. Okay, so I'm happy now, because now I can replace this light blue glass. I'd rather have Silk Touch, but, you know, you do what you gotta do. I just bound this up for no reason. That was dumb. Okay, let's not fuss too much. Back to the project at hand, I suppose. So that. It's a whole log block of sorts. Okay, with a stick. And then we upgrade that with 2 iron and a chain. Okay, so I'm hoping I'm gonna have enough. It stopped again. How did it stop? Because we're empty? Yes. Let's go throw the dust in and then the sand. Now all we're left with is gravel. Excuse me? So compact. Okay. Okay. All the blue glass. Yay! Yeah, exactly. So if I break it, I can fix it. I like that, because I like the blue glass. It was pretty. I'm being silly, yes, I know, but it's fun. Can I make that smaller? Not well. That was kind of dumb, but it'll work. Okay, that. That gets it out of the road. Let's go this way. Alright, so we're still working on this project. Yeah, she's got to the point she's calling it a project now. I don't know what was in that slot, so I'm a little confused what I don't have. Oh, it's the hammer, right. Sleep. I have an airdrop, and I kind of ignored it. Should I? Debating, should I go get it or come back? We're over the hour. I think we're at a good spot where I know what the project is. I've got most of it laid out. So I'm going to switch programs. A really quick be right back, and we're going to flip on over. So I apologize, Dev. Thursdays are usually, right now, they are my foundation day. So I'm going to switch over to foundation. You're welcome to stay if you like, or drop out. That's up to you. Same with anybody else who's lurking or hanging out. But I'm going to do a little bit of that because it helps me not get as much burnout on Minecraft. So we can do a little bit of this and a little bit of that. So I will quickly switch over to be right back. so I can get all this stuff shut down and then be right back with you. See you soon. All right, we are back. So we have, to make sure we're on the correct one, we are on Ravenfell Streamed. I don't know why it's being called Streamed 1 in my saves. I haven't the foggiest. Let's see, can I move that? No. One? Okay, fine. So we're going to close this, and we're going to continue that game and see where we are. So welcome on in to anybody who's just hanging out, and we're going to have a good time. I haven't played this in a week, so we're going to see where we left off. That's the same situation I've got with all of my gaming right now, is basically you guys see it on stream date, and that's about it. The reason for that is partly that in the evenings, our kids, they grew up with what we call electronics time. So basically being they weren't allowed to sit and veg on their electronics all day. Now, as things change, we still call it electronics time. I don't know why it's still got that name because it's not relevant anymore. But they're now more or less allowed free reign on their electronics to an extent. Extent being like, you know, if we think it's excessive, we'll get after them. But for the most part, we don't tell them what they can and can't watch or do or whatever. But so the reality is now it's become game time. Like it's actually gaming time, because it's something where we know it could be, you know, well, for lack of a better term, brain rotting. And so that's what it's sort of become. The thing is that, related to what I was saying earlier, is during our gaming time, I often would actually play on my own. Oh, I have to move my own chat to the side. It's not in the way. May not be able to continue my own chat. Cheaty chat window. Anyways, where I was going with this is that, but instead of me doing my own thing of late, actually...
Thank you for the raid, Max Money AWA, and
Max.
welcome to your 9 viewers too.
Welcome on in, Raiders. Welcome, welcome. Hopefully your stream went well, Max. Good to see you. What were you working on today? For those of you that are unfamiliar with Max, thank you, Fantastic Sherlock Fox. I appreciate that.
Howdy!
Yay! Those that are unfamiliar with Max, you really should give him a follow. He's an amazing streamer and so much fun. He's got a generally good attitude and is good at laughing at himself when something does go sideways. And my tea today is for Mama Bear's response while we were away is called Forever Nuts. It's actually quite literally has nuts in it floating in the mix, so it's pretty cool. And I didn't drop. Silly me. I like to drop with this group.
Welcome.
Troopers! Well, I mean, you came in off the top rope. Might as well have a parachute while you're at it. So, I've been playing with my son, Snow Runner. So I don't know if you guys are familiar with that. It's basically, it's like a trucking simulator type game. Where you're doing a lot of things like delivering logs and concrete and beams and, you know, random boxes of perishables and stuff. In some on-road, some off-road kind of stuff. There's no real long-haul trucking as such. Your stream was all over the show and went, well, even though my eyes dilated the size of dinner plates from an eye doctor appointment. Oh, I see. Well, that must have been unique. Hopefully the eye doctor appointment went well. It was more of a checkup. I really should go and get mine checked because my glasses are well out of date. Well, not out of date, but as in beyond their frame expected lifespan. Okay. Pardon me. I can keep chitter-chattering about the stuff, but we were playing SnowRunner, and the long story made short was that, so I haven't played anything for myself, and that includes some games I was looking at playing a little bit more of, like I was playing Hogwarts Legacy and totally enjoying it. And I really want to explore the modded because I want to see if somebody's done a better Arachnophobia plugin or mod than the default, because the default wasn't doing it for me. I'm debating whether or not my throat is clear enough, because Max got an unfortunate earworm in my ear from that. If you guys are ever familiar with the old campfire song about the Quartermaster's store, and they've got a chorus about that. It's like, my eyes are dim, I cannot see, I have not brought my specs with me. And that's really the gist of it. But, so the things in the Quartermaster's store are doing weird stuff. My streams are almost always all over the show lately. I've been really spacey and dealing not just with Camp Crud, but weird little fallouts from camp that I'd never expected. It's related, sort of, is and isn't. Okay, we're at pause mode. Sorry, I'm scrolling to the game. That seems odd. So, yeah, I guess I can come back to the camp mode related thing. But it's been a weird week, we'll put it that way. So we're looking like the storage is full on a logging camp. 2 logging camps. One's got extended buildings and one does not. Let's see, in the warehouse, our space for wood is only 100. So our loggers are bored out of their trees. No bad puns intended. Our granary is not full. We have space for one more resource, but I'm not sure what that is. I want to save that spot if we can. Wheat is 0 because sometimes we need the space and sometimes we don't. Because we're trying to grow our wheat farms and they're just not keeping things supplied well enough. This is our blacksmith, which claims to have no raw materials because they're looking for coal, I think. That's the big hang-up. Which comes from the iron smelter and... not iron smelter, sorry. The iron smelter does the bars. So blacksmith has bars, we're fine. The iron smelter is making bars, and he has enough ore, so that's fine. Which means the ore guys are working overtime. But the coal thing is here, and it has 3 workers. Best suited to serfs, so I should not upgrade these guys. But it's pokey. So I think I might need to put a second one in. I was already working on something else. Yeah, meeting up with somebody with a third eye, I mean, that's very Simpsons. Keep trying to tell Oswin not to comment on one-word sentences, and he just doesn't listen. So I don't know exactly where I put that one. Let's see, ChatGPT, context. Things, I can search for titles of my actions, but I don't have the ability to search for terms in those actions, so I have to figure out where I put that setting. The context? No, that's not it. File, save message, no. Startup, is it there? Code method. Database path. Okay, that's not what I wanted. Anyway, because what I'm thinking is I have a long text file, which is what gives Oswin his his is a bad habit, personality, I guess you could say. And it explains, you are allowed to be this, you're not allowed to be this other thing, that kind of thing. And in said context file, I guess it must be in that global database path. There is a long text file. It's like if you think about it in like a notepad, this thing is it's 4K, but I mean it's a good sized paragraph set. Instructions, okay. Keep responses short as possible. I can't spell. You're not seeing this, but I'm sort of getting it over with. Do not respond to one word I don't remember what it's called. Messages? There, let's try that. Yeah, I think that's probably easier because it's easier than building an if-then statement. We'll see if this does the trick. Brief where possible. Yeah, so I actually specifically wrote in there, do not, in all caps, comment on keeping your answers short or brief or anything similar. But he does anyways, so there's something that's going sideways that appears to be overriding that. Okay, well, we'll see whether or not telling him not respond to one-word messages will help. I think I have an action that will override that, so we're probably up the creek without a paddle on that one. Let's see. If. Where's the if? Kind of messaging thing. If input equals... Okay. Edit? Nope. Okay. So I don't seem to have a way of doing that at the moment. Now, I use a bot program that that you can code, like you can actually put fancy computer, C# code into, and do whatever C# code will let you do. However, I mean, we need methods and all that kind of jazz, but although I understand C# code and I can tweak C# code, I cannot write C# code. The basic ifs and whatever is fine, but it's like a whole language, and I just don't understand enough of the language. I'm not good at learning languages. Okay, if contains... Oh, if... Yeah, because I can do like greater thans or less thans, but it's a bunch of, like, I have to figure out how long some things are, and yeah, I'm not even gonna worry about that. So we'll see whether or not my tweak will do the trick. If not, then we'll still get him to be talking to random things. Hey, Neon! Hee, I'm talking about coding and Neon shows up. Coincidence? I think not. Good to see you. I love that one.
Hello, happy day.
Okay, so we've got charcoal thing. We may need another one. I think when I left off, I was in the middle of building something else. No, there we go. So I have to figure out, do I have ghost buildings going? Because I know I was doing that on purpose. What I mean by ghost buildings is you can place, plop a building that you're going to build, and it won't actually show as a solid sort of finished building, but you can see like a see-through transparent version of it before you click build. And that will ensure that you know where it's going. I think I must have done that on my solo world. The non-streamed world. Okay. Yeah, I don't think we've got anything underway at the moment on this one. So let's just see. I'll probably get some more warnings and concerns and whatever pretty soon. Where else were we? We were looking at progression. So, excuse me. Labor, we've got a 25 level, which means we've just opened up this next tier here. And that was something we were waiting for the last time. So I want to start working on those pieces, get a bailiff, and that lets us continue moving on. Oh, yes, can do. Oh, okay. I'm not entirely sure why that got blocked. Sorry, Bacon. Maybe it's the fact that C# and that didn't have a space between it. So they may have thought that you were trying to say something inappropriate. I'm not entirely sure. If I get really stuck, I know that I could politely ask Zerk or James to help me out. I know James was helping me with something else earlier. And it turned out I accidentally solved it myself by just tweaking a different piece of code. But I had to figure out what the sources were, and so he just talked me through it. No problem, Bacon. No problem. You're amazing and should not be blocked unless you actually did something intentionally stupid, in which case you would know about it. Right? Okay, so, game-wise, looks like we have... I unlocked the clothing, so we haven't done everything with that. I unlocked the goods market, and then we've got decorations and things. I've unlocked improvements to the wood depot, so we used those. I think that's it. The only thing we haven't done is extended village edicts, and frankly, I don't really know if we need an edict slot right now. I don't know what they do. So I'm playing this through at the same rate you guys are, meaning I'm not ahead of you guys by any stretch of imagination on the other worlds. No, see, Bacon is intentional. Swiper is unintentional. Actually, it was kind of odd because I tend to try and think of... Let's at least hit play on this. You can now see little people moving around like ants on the ground. I tend to try and keep my... I think of my online personality as kind of like the safe personality. It sounds dumb. It's closer to who I'd like to be rather than who I think I am. It's a whole headspace thing. No, but once you understand object-oriented, then there's a lot you can conceptualize, even if the language and the syntax is different. So there's some links there. Anyways, the point where I was going with this,
Ads are starting.
I don't know
Dylan
where I
will
went.
continue
I
the
had three different
conversation
things happen
after
in the
the
same
ads are
sentence.
over. Thank you for supporting
Oh.
the stream.
Sorry for the ads. I think that's accurate-ish. I don't know. Some days Tom Holland is right on the money, and other days he's a bit delayed. Yeah, he's delayed. Again. Okay, so what I might try and do is see if I can go back to having Oswin announce the alerts, although I just won't hear it, because I'm not hearing what Oswin says. Really? You did? Because I thought I did too. Now I'm really curious. Refresh, see what the internet says it is. Oh! Yeah. That's odd, because I did change that. Oops. There we go. Did I not hit done? Maybe I didn't hit done. That's my fault. Okay, my bad. Thank you for doing that, Fantastic Sherlock Fox. I appreciate it. Look at Fox doing things. I'm impressed that he's able to do that because he's got a really, really, really busy day today. So this guy, they're working, but coal appears to be going here first and not over there. The blacksmith isn't getting any. We're going to need another one. And our foresters... See, here's the thing. These coal people, they cut trees to produce coal, right? And yet our wood guys cut trees for everything else, but they're getting full. And I mistakenly thought that these charcoal people would take from the lumber camps, but they don't. So what I might do, I think, I'm going to pause this lumber camp. Sorry, buddy. Here, I'll wait till you're just about done here. Pause the lumber camp and put in another charcoal camp and possibly get rid of this one. Let's roll over, please. Roll over, Beethoven. Okay. That was bizarre. Fine, we'll just pause it. I don't care. Okay, so, oh, I see. They're in the process of doing the thing. Okay, they can't really pause until... And that. Okay, so I'm going to pause this one. The warehouse is still fairly full in its slot of wood. Second from the bottom, or third from the bottom. I can't count. So we've got a good load there, and I can even add a couple more outbuildings to this one for more storage if I need to. We definitely need another kiln or charcoal hut, so let's build one of those. Where is it? Resource production. This one? Yes. Now this orange nonsense is the part that's all nasty, I guess you could say. And the people don't really want to live near the nasty zone. I can't blame them. So we don't want that near them. On the other hand, the one that confuses me, I'm going to clear that for a second. The one that confuses me is down here on this bottom side. I get that this one is disgusting, because I think that's a hunter's hut, yeah. So hunting, and there's another mining camp, like a iron mining camp, and this guy in the middle is another hunter's hut. But I don't understand why the gathering hut does end up having a scuzzy zone to it. I don't get it, because they're just gathering berries. Like, what's so stinky and smelly and scuzzy about that? Maybe it's very like, refuse rot? I don't know. Funny thing about, I'm noticing about berries, though, as a rustic food, is it seems to keep coming up. So in other words, the berries exist, you deforest around it, the berries disappear. But yet where the forest recedes to, weirdly enough, berry bushes start popping up. That's why we have a couple of them around the church and so on, and all the way up this left-hand side. They weren't there before. I don't get it. So what was I doing with my foresting, just so that I know? Okay. At the time, I didn't own all of this property. You can start to see I left the border on for the big section. We just recently bought this other chunk. I don't know, it's connected to some of these other treed ones, but of course you don't need trees in the middle of the water. But I decided to keep this as sort of like the manor forest, and that's allowing the hunters to hunt boar in there. But over here is our forest section, and there's one little person running around doing their thing right through here, and they are running around planting trees, which I think is kind of cool because if you come in close you can hear them. See? And they're kind of random, but that's just because I'm letting them reforest this whole zone as the trees grow up. And I can put a second one in there to get this thing going faster if I need to. But between the 2 loggers and the charcoal, we got a problem, right? So let's build another charcoal place anyways. And I'm thinking probably I don't really want to get rid of this other camp at the moment because we're going to lose those resources. I mean, it's not a big deal that I don't really need them, but I'd kind of like to not lose them. Right, so I can just destroy them. So if I destroy, you're going to lose... Yeah, you're going to lose it. On the other hand, I'd like to keep the charcoal places together because their stink is nasty. I don't really want to encroach too much further on the foresting zone I've got, like as in the reforest place, so maybe I'll just spend the money since we've got some at the moment. Our coffer is too full. That's part of why we need to move on to having a bailiff. This, good question. I've got it through Steam, so maybe? Let me just see what Steam says. Store page. It looks like it's a Windows game. Yeah, it looks like it's a Windows only game at the moment. But, where does it say on the side here? Does it have... If you're into Steam Decks, it says it's playable on a Steam Deck. So, depending on your point of view, yes and no, I guess, in terms of being a Windows only game. Yeah, I know, I wish my coffers were too full. So we're going to get a bailiff, which will allow us to deal with our coffers being full, and that will help. So I'm going to grab this house, this building. Hello, you. Can I double click you? Please, thank you. And we'll grab the entirety of it. It's going to move it. It's nasty elsewhere. I think. The reach of it is also refers to how much of the life around it may destroy. So if I put it too close to these flowers and whatnot, it might destroy them. It's sort of a temporary thing, so I think I'm going to smack it in here, stupidly tight, to the other camp. But it's only a temporary measure, and then we'll just get rid of it altogether. And I might be able to encourage it to not, what's the word? Like to empty faster than the larger camp. We'll see. And that's only going to cost me 1 coin to apply that change. That's part of why I didn't mind when I'm this full. So that's that. The guy just he's standing there. Guess he was sitting on something. He's not now. And does that leave me enough space to build this thing? Not really. Spin this puppy around. So the little, you can sort of see, kind of difficult to explain, you can sort of see little white arrows on the edges. Those little white arrows are sort of the entries and exits for everybody. I'm just going to spin it around and see where, there's one on the front, and that's it. Okay, so I got to keep that one clear, but I don't have to worry about collisions otherwise. So maybe I can do something creative and just connect them up. Connect the dots, la 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 la. It'll cause problems with this other camp. Logging camp, but I can barely move that, so it might not be a bad idea. Oh, come on. Bet, you stupid thing. There we go. So you can start to see the ghost building shape. I can plop that right as is. So I think I'm going to do so. Boop. And I'm not going to build it yet. All right, so I don't have to click the build button. I can close this off. And it leaves the ghost there. And that's what I mean by pre-marking things. These trees will probably disappear. I'm going to take this camp. I'm going to move it. Oh, autosave in progress. Your timing is terrible. Come on. Okay. Let's take the entire camp if I can. Nope, doesn't want to do that. Okay. So I'm going to undo that. Can I move the camp as a whole, please? Can I, please? Nope. Does not want to move as a whole. Alright. That's fine. So I'm going to turn on my painting, like you can overwrite and force it to show. And move the camp. Should I rotate my camera? This way, maybe? There we go. So that curved section is sort of like the circle of where I had disallowed logging. Pardon me, disallowed planting and stuff right in behind the camp. I give it a bit of a buffer zone so I can see it, but I think I'm just going to use that as a marker where I can move these individual pieces. So we're going to grab this one and move it outwards. There we go. And I grab this one. Do you all one piece? Oh, yippee skippy. Okay. Great. So I can snuggle these two up to each other again. More or less. Oop, no, I don't want to lose all the red markers. It's kind of mad because it's looking at its old red markers and saying, you can't be here because you're overlapping yourself. Well, yeah, you're going to, because that's where the old markers were. But I think I can get away with this, maybe? Looking at the little white markers and trying to see if they're going to be green. Let's see. Or white, I mean, white or red. So it doesn't like it because of the old positioning, but I think we're going to be okay. There. Yeah, and it's going to cost me 3 because I moved 3 parts of it. But that's okay. Once again, we can afford this. Boop. Now, that does mean that this one doesn't quite fit. Almost, but not quite. Okay, so I'm dumb because I just wasted some money. Because I do need to move it again. Dang it. So I take this and move it just a little further this way, but it's not going to complain as much this time. I think that should work. We might get away with this. Yeah. Iffy, but I think we can get away with that. Let's try that. And then this one should be able to be built now for a cost of 25. There we go. Alright, so we now have these little hammers showing up. It's a feature I've turned on so we can see what was going on, so that the ones with the hammers are the ones that are currently underway for construction. This building... Oops, let me turn off the extra paint. Thanks, Bacon. You have an amazing day too. We'll see you again soon. Okay, so this building here is the bakery. It says its storage is full of finished product. So we just had Northbury buying 10 meat, and that's it. What do we have in the granary? Do we have bread? It's 100, so it's full. Let's adjust our resources and see what we can do here. Resources? Bread. I want to keep 30. Sell everything above that value. Okay, so I'm telling you sell 30, but I have 179. So basically I've got... Ooh, where's the... So I've got 100 in storage. 79 kicking around somewhere. It's probably from... I think we're saying in the bread stall. Yeah, there's the 29. And I guess it isn't counting this 50? That's weird, because it should have been. Okay, sure. So we have more than that. And, let's see what we can do for trade routes. Maybe we can open up a couple more trade routes. Let's see what's going on. We also have some complaints going on. So our stone quarry is full. Our stone hut is full. This is best suited to commoner. And this poor guy, what are you? You are a commoner. Okay, so that's fine. There are upgrades we could do to these buildings to allow them to have outbuildings, so that might work. Weaver hut. You're full on cloth. I'm assuming this is... Oh, no, not that one. This one is full on cloth. Okay, so we really need trade routes to start selling this stuff. And I need to deal with having a bailiff so we can actually have more than 500, because there's no point in selling things if you can't put the money anywhere. Nice. We have 6 unemployed guys, and 2 more just showed up. Sure. I don't really need you for anything, sir. Okay. This one, can I... Nope, I can't assign people to it yet. But this one, because that place is going to go away, I can probably remove all the workers, which means I really don't want to hire those new guys, because now I'll have too many people. Alright, where are we here? I need to look at the trade stuff, right? Trade routes. Okay, so we have Northbury's been opened. Middle is opened, so we can get good connections with the clergy. Volume to upgrade. We need 20 resources bought and sold with trade route in the last 30 days, and the minimum required to upgrade the trade route. Okay, so we haven't done that. Davenport has reached its number, but it's still only level 1. Trotbury is level 1. So we've got all those level 1. I can't unlock Kinstone Abbey or Castle Harbor because I don't have the correct, what do you call it, special ally coins. So this means that we have to move up, because mandates, we need a bailiff to be able to do these things. So, or monastic emissary, which I have no clue how to get at the moment, or a royal courtier to improve the trade routes. So the easiest one, based on our progression here, is getting a bailiff office, because we don't have the kingdom points or the clergy points. So we're going to go with the bailiff. And it allows you to name a bailiff who can fulfill various mandates at the Great Hall. And also, we can build a treasury, so it unlocks the treasury from the manor house. Expands the capacity, the larger the room, the more gold you can store. So, I believe that bailiff can work at a bailiff office. Oh, we can start fortifying. Fantastic. Sarcasm intended. I really don't like that part of the game. Oh well, it is what it is, right? You need it. We can start having other pieces to the village house, so we have to pay the labor coins. There you go, that's the word. And people are going to start wanting a tavern, which means they're going to start wanting beer. So yeah, it'll be interesting. Okay, so because we're selling stuff, let's start with... Hello? Come on. Let's pay 5 and start with the treasury. And I might as well, while I'm here, pay for this guy, because I know we're going to need it. Tavern's what we're going to need to upgrade people. I'm not going to worry about that at the moment. Let's get these 2 pieces underway. Because we technically only have about 15 minutes, although we'll see if anyone's around. If they're not, then I might go long. So this guy, what did he do? What are you doing? Oh, he's a trader from Trotbury. Okay, cool. Nice. What do we have going on here? Reports. Monthly balance. It's enabled, okay. Coins tendency. This month, how are we doing? Well, last month we had an income of 440 going well. Or overall. And then this month we're looking at 442. So we definitely need a place to start putting things. Jade's live? Perfect. It's Thursday. Mickey's live too, I think. So I doubt I'm going to end up going over, but we'll see. I mean, we can always swap it up next week and do Foundation Wednesday and Minecraft on Thursday. We'll see. My kids are on spring break next week, so whole different kettle of fish. So this one, can you start Not quite. Aha, there we go. So we have unemployed villagers. Where are the woodcutters with no job? Do you have a job, mister? Your workplace? Oh, they have jobs. Okay, let's just use our unemployed guys and we can reassign the other ones later. 1, 2, and 3. Alright, so that should get this coal thing fired up. We're waiting for them to come. Sure, that's fine. Which should hopefully help with the complaints here about iron smelting. And this one, I'm looking forward to having too many tools. Alright, so where were we? We were... I just said something. Oh, right, treasuries. Treasuries. Okay, so we're gonna build a treasury. Where'd you go? My treasury is full. I get it. Approaching your village. Oh, merchant approaching your village. Okay. Well, great, buddy. Where are you from? I don't know. We'll figure it out. He looks like he has an edict thing as opposed, like a little label, as opposed to actually a market shield saying where he's from. So I bet you he's probably got some sort of weird proposal or something. Treasury. We're looking at... No. Administration. No, manor house. Okay, what's in the manor house? I don't want to build a manor house. I want to edit the manor house. So this... Oh, okay, what do we got here? Boop. Mandating the bailiff. Villagers believe we are prosperous enough to be supported by a bailiff. Yay! This nominated person will handle critical tasks such as prospecting nearby deposits and petitioning the estates on your behalf. Let's have a bailiff. Yay! Alright. I'm still going to do the treasury first, but this gives me the little questy piece about bailiffs. So we go here, and we can edit the existing building. And we're actually going to add a sub-building. In this case, I'm going to add a treasury. But I am a brat, and I'm going to put the treasury as part of our main manor house complex. That's fine. We can see where it's still... We've got a timer on there, so we're okay. The treasury is what this building's going to be, and now that I said that, then I can choose whatever it offers. And in order to build the treasury, we need one room, requires an access, and light fortification. So we can get away with this one by choosing as our building either a major or minor manor tower, because they have the little logo on the bottom that says they sort of have fortification or count as fortification. And the minor towers are tall and skinny, and the major towers are more squat. So we've got this sort of design as opposed to that one. But the taller you make it, the more it can hold. So I think I'm going to throw a treasury back here, I think. Maybe. Now the purple is actually its area of influence. I'm wondering if maybe I should have put the money in the middle of the town. It's kind of a dumb idea, but it seems to affect these houses. So maybe putting it in the town might be reasonable-ish. Ish. It's probably a good way of putting it. Yeah, let's throw it in... The purple's already covered, right? Guess I could, like, pop it right in here. And then I'd have problems with the doors, but let's see if I can make it work. Since it's funny, it's saying that one's purple, but it's kind of not. I don't know what's with that house. So let's plop this puppy in here, and I'm just going to rotate it enough that we can probably get a door stuck on the edge. And this is the world's worst treasury, but hey, if it does the trick, I'm okay with it. Let's go there, and it doesn't say how much it's going to do. Okay, capacity right now, it's going to add 240. Theoretically, if I make it taller, then it'll add 300, it'll add 360, like, just for amusement's sake. Let's scroll out, and I can make it ridiculous tall, look dumb, and add 1680. I don't like the look of that, because it's just ugly. I'm going to start with a short squat one, I just add 240 because I think that's enough overhead for now. Excuse me. Possibly we could look at one other floor, I guess. Actually, let's do one more floor. So let's see. 300, but I want to continue looking good. Let's maybe a little taller.
They call me Mr. Blank. Fantastic Sherlock Fox says,
now
bright
I
side.
need a door, but I'm cheap. The treasury, it's a little harder to balance. So let's go with this door. And where can I snap this on? Will it let me snap here? Yes, it will. Okay, come on. Snap, please. But if I do that... Okay, let's do that. But then it now says I can't enter because my space is all messed up. So if I grab these as a pair, I can rotate them together, and I get this white. There we go. Oop, oops. Come on, right there. So I can sneak it in just a little. That's fine. We'll sneak it in and make this a bit more of a major road, just to annoy everybody, right? Okay. So we've got all 3 check marks in the treasury. We're going to say build all, and it should give us an additional of 300. It's going to cost us 24 planks, 12 stone, which we have a ton, it's fine, and 6 tools. We only have 15, but once we get the blacksmith rolling better, we'll have more tools coming up. We can even sell the excess. Okay, so that'll be that. And now I need to build, same sort of concept, build bailiff office. Where's the manor house? Let's see if I still have that edict thing. Okay, here we go. So this guy said he was a merchant, but he doesn't appear to be. That's like an increase nearby settlement's clothing stockpile. Senior flock of sheep. Wants to make you an offer. Well, what is the offer? Hello? Wool for the elders. They want wool. You made 100 inside storage facilities. Current amount is 100. Okay, sure. Why not? Let's do this, which gives me another little micro quest, but because I have it, then I'm just going to deliver said resources. Hello? This one? Oh, let's confirm the delivery. Boop. And that's it. There, I delivered wool. Got some gold coins for labor and gold coins for, I think that was kingdom. Oop, so we can check just up here, progression, kingdom. Oh, nope, I don't know what I did with those. Maybe just coins. Yeah. But I did get some more labor, which is good because we spent some earlier. Okay. Not that. This. Alright, so the other thing I want to do, we talked about, is go with the bailiff. So I need to edit this manor house, and we're going to add a sub-building, and this time we're going to make it a bailiff's office. Alright, and same sort of rules. 1 room, access, and the fortification, so you can imagine I've got my favorites now, right? I'd love to just clone things, and simply copy, but it does not seem to like me doing that. It wants me to do it over and over again. Oh, yesterday's notice for Jade. That's okay. No problem. Mickey would be live for sure. So we have about 8 minutes-ish. 5 minutes, really. Oddly enough, Mickey's up. But the only others we do have Get Zerked, which is more of a DJ, I guess, like a radio station. So if you're lurking and zerking, that's totally fine. And yes, I did just make that into a verb. Then that's a great place to be. Otherwise, we'll probably head back towards Minecraft and hit up Mickey and see how it goes. But in the meantime, let's build this tower. And a bailiff has other kinds of jobs, and they're out doing things, so I'm not going to worry too much about... this one has an upkeep of 2. And it's more expensive, and the Dino Tower's minor, and it's got upkeep of 1, so... In this case, he's just got a job, and he's going to be out doing negotiation stuff for me. This is more like an office. But because it's got this purple, whatever the heck the purple is, and I can't remember exactly what it does, I think it's related to taxation. So because it's just got that sort of taxation bonus type thing, I think I'm going to throw it in... Is that somebody's backyard? Yay! just be a pain in the butt and stick it in the middle of the road in somebody's backyard and see what happens. One thing I do love about this game is they organically build the roads, so if you block the road with something else, they will, like, literally walk the roads around you and they become some other spot. They don't overgrow, which is a bit of a pain because eventually you just have these, like, disused dirt roads. Let's see. Should I make this guy really walk to work because he doesn't do much? Yeah, sure. Let's put him way over here so I can get more benefit out of the purples. Because I think that will involve taxation. Make this house purple? If I do, I lose the other one. Okay. Zoomed in too far. Trying to like center it so I can get a good grouping. This zone over here is blank bit. For some reason is zoned for people to build houses, but nobody has. And I'm kind of wondering if I put the purple over here, if anybody's actually going to build in it or not. I mean, I got 3. Maybe that might not be a bad spot to put it then. Yeah, let's go with it and just see how that works. Let's me experiment a bit. No? Come on, give me the purple. Okay, so we're gonna rotate this one. And I'm gonna point the door toward the town. So I mean, I could make it cool and stuff, but I haven't yet. Let's... As I said, it's just an office, nothing exciting. So we're gonna give it just a simple door to fill requirements. And it has its fortification. I'm going to give it a beautify point by putting a chicken weather vane on the top. I'm going to throw a weather vane on... oh, I can't. Okay. Not on that one. I have to edit the other building to put the thing. So if you put little weather vanes on, you get decorative points. And decorative points actually become important. It's related to splendor, not directly labor splendor, but it's your village splendor, which is kind of important. And so the only place I haven't put one on is the treasury. And then you can add side buildings and stuff, which give you more splendor. And then all sorts of decorative jazz for more splendor. Okay, so bailiff office, that's all we need for it. So let's just build it and see what happens. So this is going to be building a bailiff office. I have to sign a new bailiff. Then I have to complete the mandate, influence the labor estate in your favor. We still have, here's another, you can see the shield shape. Ah, whoops, wrong way. Wrong way, Jose. So you can see the shield shape. That's the guy who came and bought stuff from us. So I'm looking forward to being able to change his, or increase the amount of stuff that they can buy and sell from us. Also, that we're going to be looking at other costs fairly soon. Things like, if I look at the progression here, if we open up the kingdom section, which we could do right away if we want. That will allow us to start dealing with fortifications and munitions and stuff. Or we can go the route of the clergy. Now, personal taste is usually a clergy type angle, but that's just because I enjoy the whole monk thing, as you guys are well aware from my previous Minecraft builds and my favorite mystery stuff. Some players never unlock this stuff, and they just completely roll all the way down the common path, which is like common between all 3 of them, and that's it from what I understand. I've never played through the whole game to know. Because although the game's been around since 2019, it's only officially released this year in February. So there's a lot of stuff available. Oh, okay, so supposedly I have 2 minutes. What I really want to do is get these guys going. Of course, the lumber camp that's paused, and there's nothing in it. Excellent. Okay, great. So now I can destroy it. Because I don't need it. There we go. And is this guy working well? Okay, they've got 4. This guy working well? They've got 16. So this one. Your storage is full. Okay. And your storage is... Come on, your storage is not full. Dude. What are you complaining? Oh, it's the bread guys who are full. Okay. Right, which is where we came back to full circle with our additional issues. On the other hand, we're now able to have up to 800, which is good because we are currently sitting at 641. Now we could expand, but I mean, people just aren't moving up here. And then we've got a church that's over capacity, or overbuilt for what it needs. So let's just see, we've got 94% happiness. I'm just curious, the 80% guys. What can I do? Oh, these are all, shouldn't they all? Ah, I get it. So the commoners, if I look at my list carefully, the commoners are the dudes that are not as happy as the serfs. We got some very happy, very happy serfs. For the most part. Yeah. So it's the serfs that are happy. The commoners are less so. And why not? What do you want? So dude, Abrafan? Okay, you are commoner butcher. You produce meat. Okay, sure. It's not in your backyard, great. And you don't like taxes. Who cares? Because you're not going to like it anyways, never will. Entertainment. Must have a good time at a tavern to unwind. Okay. So in other words, if I wanted to upgrade him, or make him even happier, we have to have a tavern. Which then gets berry brew and beer and wine, and we start getting a whole different kettle of fish. I will leave that for next week, so that we don't have that going on. But the bailiff's office, come on, people. Treasury, do we need a job? We have a no, that's not the treasury. This is the treasury. And we don't need anybody working there. Okay. Interesting. Oh, I see. Okay, because I'm using buildings that have fortification on them, those purple zones are the fortified bits. So because I fortified this zone, then we may end up actually getting some more houses built around it, because people are happy with the fortifications. But we'll have to see. Okay, this guy. This house. Bailiff's office. Okay, bailiff job. I believe he's better to be like a commoner. I'm not entirely sure. What do you got going? Okay. Stone's being brought for part of the house. And tools are being brought, so they're still working on it. But you can take a look at each part under construction separately, which is kind of nice. We're going to need a bailiff as a job. The building is pretty much done. There's just the entrance and the weather vane. Which means I should soon be able to give somebody a job. This one. I love these names they came up with. Oh no, Freya. Like, I really thought about naming them after viewers. And so maybe I should put in a redeem for that. So let me just throw this up. Let's try it. Exclamation point. Stream change. Redeem for naming foundation villager. There we go. We'll do it that way. And we'll make it... Oh, actually, won't put that in there because it might mess with that command. We'll make it relatively cheap. Because with the number of villagers we got going around, people won't necessarily see them all that easily. I'm amused at the unemployed guys. This is kind of funny. Oh, no, wrong one. Unemployed guys are really quite happy. Does not make sense, but that's okay. I guess we'll go with that. We have, oh, an unemployed dude with no house. Okay. Yeah, all the unemployed guys have no house. So basically you show up in town and you're being a freeloader. Alright. We're just about done. This one, click to assign a bailiff. Yay! I can do that. Sweet. So, whoa, whoops. So we've got Bovis. Combat training is in speed increase. Edwin, job learning speeds increased. Vermilia, happiness is less impacted. So basically we've got the Bovis one is more kingdom focused, which is the combat and stuff. The labor guy is sort of Edwin. Edwin, I think, is cool because I recognize the name. Oh, you can hear the church going. And Vermilia, who happens to be the priest, I would say the priest, but that's not the word. Anyways, the religious personage at the church. they are making everybody happy. So I'm torn. Like, I mean, happiness right now doesn't seem to be a problem. But then on the other hand, we haven't started combat or the monastery route. So really the combat one is the one that doesn't look useful. I could probably have multiple bailiffs, that's another possibility too. And the job learning speed is kind of unimportant. Let's go with the job learning speed one, because then we can get people up to speed when I have to give them new jobs. Doesn't really matter, the cost for them weekly is about the same, so let's go with this one. Just because I like his name, I guess. We'll see if Vermilion's okay with this later on. Let's go with that. Yay! What's this? Edwin is the bailiff, so job learning speed is increased by 13%. We have... Sense of duty sweeps through the village as your bailiff stepped into office. As your trusted right hand, they are sworn to enforce your laws and uphold your will across the land. So basically they're the step 1 police. Great. I don't think that's really quite what they mean. Now you have to complete a mandate, influence the labor estate in your favor. Sure. So let's go with mandates. Little bailiff logo and his fingers up. We have to influence blah 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 in your favor. Oh, welcome 5 commoners. That's cool. We can actually have multiples, I think. Oh, nope, I guess there's only one. Okay, so this one, he's got to do his job. Whatever that is, I don't really know how long that takes. It's going to... I don't know if this is the payoff, or if this is the, thing. Okay, so... After we do that, then we'll look at improving the trade routes. So I guess we're kind of stuck for a bit. I kind of wish I had more than one. I guess I could do that, but that's another thought for another day. Alright, so we are now at beyond the hour. Let's take one quick look and see how we are doing in the other pieces. So this one is now storage full. Yeah, still storage full in the iron bars, but they're getting their raw materials up to snuff, which is nice. Weird, red people are not unhappy for a change, that's nice. The blacksmith is getting their coal up to snuff, so that's good. And they've got 2 iron bars. I don't know why this iron smelter guy and the blacksmith can't get their acts in gear and get the transportation between the two to work out a little better, because this is kind of dumb. The AI is not exactly the brightest. But that's okay. We got that. We still have not dealt with this thing being full. It's going to get full again fairly soon, but I don't know what they're currently using it to build, so we'll just leave that be. Alright, so that's where we're at for the week. Berry hut. Yay, you are full. Does that mean that the berries in the granary is full? It says 80. Should be 100. I don't know why this person is complaining about that, because they should be transporting berries over to here. Who knows? Who knows? This one, the windmill, is missing the wheat. Okay, so I can probably kill this wheat thing because I'm never gonna have enough for that. So let's switch that one to... for now, we'll need another building. Let's go berry storage. And they're complaining about places to put bread, so we'll... Doody-doody-doo. I don't know. Yeah, let's throw bread in there for now. Sure. Why not? Okay, so that should be fine for now. That'll let everybody chill a little bit. There's a marketer, or no marketer, a guy from Middle. Just sort of the monastery influence. And what is he going to buy? He's going shopping. Mr. Middle. Not Mr. Middle. Someone from Middle. Okay, he bought 2 tools for 6 gold at the warehouse. That's it. And there he goes home. Oh, and he's still shopping. What's he buying now? That's the granary. What did you buy? Nothing it looks like. Well, that's a rip. Okay, well, that's for next week, right? We got things to do. So this is the cloth, this is the clothing. Do I not have common clothes 30? Okay, we have the clothing, they're just not selling. Oh ho. Okay, well we need to improve our trade routes to start selling stuff and dealing with beer and taverns and all that jazz, which will be for next week. Alrighty, well, let's see if I can refresh who's live. Fix it. And give me that one, because I've got another one there. Okay, yeah, I think we're still going to go see Mickey. So let's get that raid started, and we will let things persist and see how well these guys do. So, Mickey, here we are.
Mischief managed.
Mischief managed indeed. We got some stuff done. So I want to say thanks to everybody who came in and chilled. I see there's one or two double parkers. Extra special thank you to Max for the raid. I always appreciate it. It's never required. And then we also had a new follow from Dev. Much appreciated. Our moderation team today was Mama Bear, Fantastic Sherlock Fox, Neon Traveler, and then conversation from Dev, Max Money, Mike Burton, Bacon, and we're off to see Motown Mickey. So please do give Mickey our best, and I shall see you on Monday. Now, it's, as you saw on the screen pop up, it's a Maker's Monday. We're probably going to be back to Lego. It just didn't pick the right logo for the category. But there we go. Until then, have yourself a wonderful weekend, and bye-bye for now.
Transfer complete.